I'd like to welcome you all to the November Golf Committee meeting. We appreciate everybody coming. And first item on the agenda is approval of our October 8th meeting minutes. Jerry, second? Any corrections, additions? Okay, they stand as read. All those in favor? We have no one absent today, so everybody's on their own. Okay, we have a very special Rally in Pink presentation today that we're excited about.
All right, I want to give a shout out in the audience there. We have our Scottsdale leader, Miss Megan, and her team of warriors that started working on the Rally of Pink. I mean, you probably started on next year's already, but they start a year out. They dig deep, they hit the pavements, get lots of volunteers. Not only volunteers that come all the way down 4 or 5 hours away, come up to stay and help out, but lots of sponsorship. I know Miss Kitty's been doing phone calls, Jill's been making phone calls, and just to highlight the event, that tournament filled up probably within the first week. We had 32 teams sign up. That is a max we have. We don't allow more. We had to get carts in, and everything's good. And then we got to the point where about 2 weeks out, we saw the weather forecast. And you talk about Megan's face just going, oh boy, here we go. And then Katie's like, it's not going to happen. It's going to be good. And Miss Jill's like, let's go, team, keep going. So we have everybody at the back there, and we got volunteers. Tracy's wife helps out. Megan's family comes up. But all the sponsorships, and if you weren't there to see it, it was absolutely phenomenal. They got a tent out there. They saw the forecast come up. They put sides on the tent. They put lights inside. You had a buffet, breakfast buffet, silent auctions. They had lots of adult beverages that everybody participated in, which was really good. And then stuff on the golf course. It was phenomenal. Goodie bags were fantastic. Got to witness it and got to listen to the membership just rave about the Scottsdale team. And that's huge. I mean, it means a lot to us, and everything that you do, Megan, as the leader, the team behind you, you're only as good as your team is. Just so you know that, Megan. That's why you work for me. You're good too. Thank you. But on that day, we had cold rain. I mean, it was miserable. 41 degrees, blowing, cold. We had 32 teams, and only one team dropped out. They showed up. I think they got their beverages and breakfast goodie bags, and then they left. But that was it. I mean, everybody finished up. It was phenomenal. First of all, I'd like all the Scottsdale team to stand up. I want to give them a round of applause. I think the JSC can recommend it. It was a great tournament. Megan, if you want to grab the microphone and then carry on with the presentation.
I just want to say thank you to those that were able to show up. This is obviously not my whole team, but like Daryl said, a lot was put into this, not just the day of or the week of, months of preparation. And let me tell you, Kelly, she keeps me on track here. She, every month starting in April, we've got to get on this, Megan, we've got to get on this. And then we make it the next month. We've got to get on this. We've got to start making calls. And so she's a big part of this, a huge part of pushing me to get it, everything accomplished, and making phone calls and driving around with me and by herself to pick up stuff for raffle items and getting it all together. Huge part of it. So thank you. And thank you to everybody. This literally, it wouldn't be a success without you. So I'm just appreciative of my family that drives up here. I gave my mom a vision of the tent. Not everybody got to see it, but, I told her what we wanted, and she made it happen. So that's her line of work, so that's what she's good at. So she did it, and it was great. So thank you, guys.
I have pictures, so we can spread those around.
Yeah, and Kelly was taking pictures, so that was one more thing, that was on her plate. So I'm just lucky to have them. They're great, and thank you, guys. And we got 18,000 plus this year, so we're right at 15,000 last year, and I think we're gonna get close to 20 once everything is finalized. But that's huge. It's really big, and again, to the staff, to the volunteers, we couldn't have done it without each person this year, especially with the weather. So And thank you for being here and allowing us to be a part of this. So thank you. That's awesome.
Just quickly echo, thank you to all of you for the great work you put into this, the great community and the support that comes out. Our breast center team is so appreciative of the work and the time and the effort you guys put into this event. It really goes to impact the lives of the patients that we serve. So many of them are from this community, and so we're just glad to amplify that service and that care that we can provide through these funds. So just thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Good. On behalf of the total golfing community in the neighborhood and everybody that this is going to touch, this money is going to help out, we thank you and thank everybody that helped out. And it means a lot in the community, and everybody around here understands what it means. So we thank you all. We appreciate it.
All right, the Scottsdale team, you're not on the clock. You do not have to stay for the board meeting, but you're welcome to stay and enjoy.
Before you leave, though, I would like to just add, I got to play in it this year, and I'm telling you, it is a first-class operation. Megan and her team, you know, and obviously the weather wasn't perfect, but you made it work, and you rallied, not just in pink, but you rallied the whole day to make it a great event. And there was nobody afterward in the tent that was in a hurry to go. We were all just really enjoying the day. So I know a lot of work goes into that, a lot of work, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And I just want you to know, on behalf of all of us that got to participate, couldn't have had a better day except for the weather. And can't thank you enough. So thanks.
They don't want to hear my song and dance, huh? They've heard it before, obviously. They've heard it before.
Hey, his boy Daryl says they can I go?
Okay, let's move on then to facilities reports. Let's start over here with Jerry.
The Highlands is going very well for everybody. I know we had a big tournament yesterday. It went well. Wind blew a lot, and I know Greg's crew out there really spent a lot of time trying to get leaves off that course, and then the wind blew them all back on there for the tournament. So I mean, they tried very, very hard, and they work hard at what they're doing. They're doing a great job with the course, the grounds out there, and I do want to compliment them and thank them for the work that they've been doing. Clubhouse, everything's good inside. Workers are very, very, very efficient and very accommodating to people, and Alex is very happy with them, I know.
Okay, Dave?
Okay, Tanyard Creek was over there again today. You'd have thought it was the middle of summer. Every single bay was packed. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Beautiful facility, as we all know, and they're even getting some activity on the simulators during the cooler weather, and in the evenings they had 2 or 3 reservations for today, for tonight and stuff, so that's being used. They got some floodlights now out for the parking lot, which there was an issue, I guess, was kind of dark, with the getting dark early now, so that's been resolved, and decent selection of merchandise in there, and everything's just going well.
Okay, Kingswood, Birchdale, the pro shop, everything looks really good, well managed, shows the product well. The cart barn, everything looks great, runs smooth, everything's good there. As far as the overall course experience, it seems like the fairways are still in pretty good shape for this time of year. Still got a little bit of the issue with the wet wilt on some of the greens, but they are making progress, and I think they're doing some plugging and some sodding that is actually working, and seems like they're moving in the right direction. Just still got a little bit of work to do on them, but okay. Other than that, it's looking really good.
Thanks, Brad. Camilla?
Dogwood and Brittany. Dogwood is
wonderful. The staff is so accommodating. They're so friendly. You walk in, I just want to stand and talk to someone and have a nice little friendly conversation. They're just really very sweet. Good merchandise, decent. Greens are hard as concrete, but it's okay when you fly high. It's just if you come in low, it might be a little problem. Is that going to continue to be hard as concrete? Just asking for a friend.
You know, I'm not sure how Scott's going to maintain them
Okay.
moving forward. I mean, as they get rained on, you know, as they get wet, they'll soften up certainly. This time of year, you know, as we have to cover Brittany greens too with the cold, there's as we get into the end of December, we'll have those covered for 2 months anyways. So
Okay,
gotta
I
remember
had
that as
multiple
well.
questions about that, so I thought I would at least ask. Brittany, I ran a couple of course. I did not play this month out there, but it looked good. I visually saw it. I don't have any complaint. The cart barn is great. Carts are in good shape. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Kimberly. John?
Yeah, I have the country club. I was out here this past weekend and played in the shotgun. Course was in great shape. Carts were in good shape. I don't know if I made a greenskeeper mad. There were some suspect pin placements that I had issues with, but that might be a me issue. No, course is in great shape. I mean, you know, we're still in the 70s. I wish I was out there right now, honestly, but it's wonderful. And then the pro shop, everybody's so friendly and outgoing. As soon as I walk in, I mean, 5-10 seconds, somebody's already hitting me up asking if I need help with anything. So merchandise, it's stocked full. Never see any holes or anything like that. So that's in great shape as well. So top marks.
Thanks, John. Clay?
Scottsdale is the course. As you just saw, we have a great staff, both in the shop, pro shop and on the course. Everything is still in good shape. I did send a note off to Kyle and Megan. There's some fairways where they left nice and long, and then there's other spots, maybe on the same fairway, where it's really cut tight. And I don't know if that's because of cart traffic or if it's the blades, but there is some differences from fairway to fairway.
I'll tell you what that is, Claywell. So some of that could be cart traffic, you know, beating down the turf a little bit. The other piece that more than likely, and you can really see it in spring and fall, is the different types of Bermuda grass we have across those fairways. And most of our fairways, we have big patches of common, and then we have sodded hybrid right next to it, and all these different varieties of turf on those fairways. Another reason we wanted to go Zoysia at some point on all our golf courses to get one type of grass. Consistent grass. So.
All right, I just want to give a shout out, Friends of Highlands, who, for some reason, Highlands was closed this summer, but Friends of Highlands played their Thursday nights out at Scottsdale and took upon themselves to reach out to that crew that was just here and fed them for lunch, and Kyle's crew and thanked him. So appreciate, I know you had that organization. It goes a long way. The little things go a long way, so I appreciate you.
Thanks, Clay. Anything else for facilities report? Okay, as you can see, the next report won't be due until April. We're going to give you a few months off in the winter because there's not a lot to report. If something comes up, if you're out playing and something comes up, please check with the facility person at the course and let them know immediately, or check with either Graham or Daryl. I figured out who you were. Okay, so we'll suspend with those until April meeting. Okay, we have the pleasure of having an entertainment here with the Futures Cup.
Yeah, we had our Futures Cup the week before Rally in Pink, and we had 82 golfers participate, and one of our captains, Charlie Powell, put together a little video. We've asked one of the guys that plays in it. 3 years ago, we had him write a song for the Futures Cup. Is one of our members here named Bill Wire, and he plays the guitar, and so he wrote a really cool little song. And so every year I've asked him to come back. Last year I begged him to come back again, even though he wasn't playing, because he had a prior commitment. And then this year, of course, he was playing, and so he wrote another song. And so you'll hear the song as you go through some of the highlights from the tournament and all the different guys that played. And you'll notice a lot of red and blue, and we have two teams. One's the red team, and the other one's the blue team. And the red team won this year. So go ahead and play the video.
Call it, just an idea, you could call it Cup 2025, is what it says in my iPad. 1, 2, 3. There was a gentleman I served on the beer some 6 years ago. That's how we got here. Just sitting around the table, conversation going around, when discussing digging something around, could we build for the future? Get back to the game, help those come to ignite. It was just an idea, served up with a beer some 6 years ago. That's how we got here. Well, we just want more. We got the conversation flow, because the seasons of life we're starting to grow. Could we have a turn, maybe raise some cash, help those coming up to stay on track? It was just an idea, served up with a beer some 6 years ago. That's how we got here. Could we make it something like the Riders Cup? 2 teams with magic, balance straight up. We could have some basketball, some alternate shots. This is how we met. Oh, partner, you got it, was just an idea. Served up with a beer some 6 years ago. That's how we got here. Let's say one more day, seal the deal. Individual magic that'll make it real when it does. That all steps, points added up, baby. Things on the cup, it was just an idea, served up with a baby some 6 years ago. That's how we got here. Well, let's just keep doing it one more round, because the seeds that were so fell on fertile ground. It was just an idea, served up with a beer some 6 years ago. That's how we got here.
You know, it was really a great tournament, and at the end you saw we gave away some scholarships to some not just fortunate but very deserving young people who, I think the lowest grade point average that we talked about was 3.9, which they didn't have numbers like that when I was going to school. I think they stopped at 2.5 when I was going to school, so I think the grade point average is a little different now. But no, these kids are great in the community. They're exactly the kind of kids we're trying to grow through our Futures Academy. And last year we started the Futures Academy. We were able to raise $8,500 last year. I'm happy to report that this year we raised $10,000 that will go to the Futures Academy, and that doesn't include the almost $2,000 we raised from an earlier tournament from the AJGA, where we had some people that from this same group that played in that, and we were able to raise another. So almost $12,000 total will go to the Futures Academy this year. And I'm really proud of all the guys and all the volunteers that helped make it happen. Megan did double duty. She helped me this year as a tournament coordinator. And after I saw how much work she put into Rally in Pink, I thought, I can't do that to her again next year. That's too much. Because I could tell she didn't probably sleep for a month. So, but she did a fantastic job for us and really enhanced what we did. And so we want to keep growing it. We have some other ideas of how we can do it. I want to thank Daryl and the golf staff a lot because we had weather issues as well for the first time. And Daryl was able to work with us. And the tournament normally is 18 holes Friday, 18 Saturday, and 18 Sunday. And we knew ahead of time by about 5 days in advance that it was going to be bad weather on Saturday. So we ended up playing 27 holes on Friday and 27 more on Sunday. And it worked like a charm. And they made it happen. So thanks to you guys. And I'm excited. You know, it's like the song said, we started 6 years ago with just a thought of what could we do. And we started with 24 guys and now we're up to 82 and we might grow it to 100 this next year. And so if you're interested out there and you're watching and you'd think, what's this Futures Cup? I'd like to participate. Get a hold of me and we'd love to have you join us as long as you have a GIN handicap. That's probably the only qualification. And we are thinking too of starting a women's division. So I might be, you know, twisting your arm a little bit to maybe perhaps have a women's division of this, so which would be fun. So that's another idea that we have for the future. So thanks again to everybody. It's been my pleasure. We will present the check at our, do we have a January meeting?
Probably February.
February meeting, we will present the check, but yeah, again, I'm really honored to be able to be a part of this, so thanks.
Thank you, we appreciate it. Okay, any other from that? All right, let's move on. Graham, you're up.
Okay, Bermuda grass, tees, fairways, and rough. We're really happy with the condition that we're at right now. We've had a lot of rain this year, 2025, and so that's helped a tremendous amount. Typically, I think normally the rough would be dormant already because of drought, and here we are still with some green grass in the rough and certainly the fairways. So we're in good shape. The best chance of minimal winter kill is going into the fall healthy. So we've accomplished step one. We did have the first freeze event over the weekend. We got down to the low 20s, had to cover our Bermuda grass greens. And I would just say, you know, on the as we get into late, kind of, I don't know if this is late fall, but maybe mid fall, before the grass is dormant and really acclimated to the cold, it's at a little bit greater risk of damage. So we would be more apt to cover and maybe some conditions that we wouldn't normally if we were in midwinter and everything was dormant. So just a heads up, and that'll be the same next spring. If we do green up and then we get cold, we'll have to, you know, we'll be a little bit more cautious with our greens covers, making sure we don't have any problems on the two Bermuda grass courses. Been very impressed in the month of October. Of course, we collect data on our greens, green speed, trueness, smoothness, and the guys have been doing a phenomenal job in October. No graphs for Tom, but the data is trending in a really good direction. Dogwood especially, his greens are, I think in the entire month of October, high 11s, low 12, something like that. Highlands has been really good above 11. Country Club has been in 10 to 11, so we've been very pleased with everything. And even Scottsdale, with the Bermuda, and as he's really trying to get them ready for winter, increasing the height of cut, Cal's been able to produce some good surfaces over there too on the shoulder season. So I've been really happy with the data we're seeing. We're looking to improve, and that'll be something we keep working on, and hopefully you guys will notice that in 2026. Kingswood greens, we have been sodding and plugging them, the damaged areas. We think we're about 85% done there, and Shane thinks that him and his staff will be able to finish that up by the end of November. So we're looking forward to that being behind us. The creek bank repair number 13 is going great. That actually is complete. We got irrigation in. finished that up yesterday. We're gonna be seeding that with ryegrass, and that will be done next week, and then we will sod that in the spring. But that really turned out nice if you guys have been over there recently. We were able to reclaim some. Yeah, it was a really big job. The MAC team did most of the work. The Village Wastewater team guys also helped, but it was really an in-house POA project. Turned out really nice. Obviously, leaf cleanup is underway. There's still a lot of leaves on the trees at this point, so bear with us. It'll probably be another month or so before everything's on the ground and we're able to get them, finally cleaned up. We did begin our coloring applications on. We're doing Country Club, Scottsdale, Dogwood, Kingswood this year with the paint, and so we've already begun those applications. We did do a little bit of coloring application up at Highlands, but we're not going to be painting those fairways this winter. So we will begin paint probably in December, I would anticipate with what we're seeing right now. So when we do make those applications, just make sure you guys are looking at today's play. We'll have cart path only on the days we're doing it, so we don't kind of ruin the golf carts with that product. So we're finishing up our pre-emergent applications on Country Club, Kingswood, and Burkesdale, and the Highlands. We've already completed on Dogwood and Scottsdale. And then just a note about the zoysia grass up at Highlands. We're still seeing some good growth. It's kind of proving, it's a more cold tolerant grass where it's still growing at this time, even with some pretty cool weather we've had so far. So happy with that. That's all I have. Any questions?
Go ahead.
Yep. Thank you for the update. Question is about number 4 on Country Club.
Okay.
There used to be some trees along the highway, and those trees are gone, and there are a lot of balls that go out either near the highway or onto the highway. So the question is, what can we do to get some trees along that so that we can protect the cars from the golfers?
Okay. That'll be something I'll investigate with Reed. And do you know when they were removed? Is that when they were doing the power lines?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay.
That new power line, Carroll came in and had to put a power line down there, and that's when stuff was moved around. And that's kind of where it is. So that could be an issue, but I know Reed's aware of it.
We'll evaluate, and I'll get back with you, Cliff.
Anything else for Graham? No? Thank you, Graham. Daryl, you're up.
All right, we'll jump into the rounds report. We have a look at October. We fell short of last year's rounds by 1,727. Member rounds finished at 12,000, down by 2,000. Guest rounds were actually up by 500, but still fell short. If you remember, we started out October with gangbusters. The weather was perfect. All of a sudden we had a cold snap, and then every weekend for 3 weekends in a row it rained. And that is, if you look at our tee sheets right now, weekends are packed. Friday, Saturday, Sundays are packed is what it is, and that just impacted it. So unfortunately we can't control the weather, but when the rain comes on, people tend to not play golf, especially if there's football on TV. So that kind of impacted, but let's go year to date. We had 181,000 rounds, down by 15,000. Member rounds at 115,000, roughly 114,000, down by 8,500. Guest rounds at 67,000, down by 6,800. Our range buckets continue just to rock and roll, as you heard earlier. The driving ranges are busy. Even Highlands are still busy out there. They're at 65,000 buckets year to date, up by 20. I'm just going to keep saying this. Before we saw the free range balls, we were doing 16,000 between all 3 ranges for the year. We had 65,000. That is crazy buckets. This is a success. Gets them from the driving range out to the golf course. It just feeds it. It's really exciting on that aspect. So we started this month at gangbusters. Everything's going pretty good. We had cold snap on Sunday and Monday. That impacted a little bit, but the weekend was busy. With that said, I just want to remind the membership and everybody that we try to keep Scottsdale open as long as we can until Kyle will let us know and say, hey, we're closing it, we've got to put the covers on, we've got a cold snap coming in. And people think, all right, just go on, put covers on, it takes a couple hours, but get to go. No, it takes a whole day, full team, especially if the wind's blowing, got to get the leaves out from under it. It's a task. So when that happens, and this always, it sneaks up on us, and membership forget that it's in this, we have to do it. So whether it happens or not, and it's always hard when you have a full T-sheet, and you got that guy that's at 10 o'clock or 9:30, and he's down, and we got to call him and say, sorry, we're closing down. Scott said, it's going to be 72 degrees on Saturday. Why are we closing it? Well, it starting at 1 o'clock, it continued to drop. So we had to put it on Friday and get them ready and go all the way through. And then we took them off, actually this morning is when we started to put them off so they could open up. So there's a lot of stuff that happens with that. So, you know, when we call you all and we say we're going to move you, please be nice to the people that are calling, because at 9:30 or 10 o'clock on a Saturday, I'm not going to be able to get you that 9:30 tea time, but I could probably get you 1 o'clock. And somebody goes, well, that's just too late. I'm not going to do it. So unfortunately, that's what Scott Sale is. We don't open up the T-sheet super early. We're watching it. We monitor it. If we see it, but this snap kind of came in last minute and like, oh, here it comes. So just be aware of that. With another thing on the winter, we always want to educate our membership to check today's play. Every morning, check today's play. Graham's crew does a great job with frost. It's out there. I learned when I started in the golf business that frost can actually pop up when that sun comes up. It might not be there in the dark, so they don't make that call until the sun pops up, and it can cover those greens, and we've got to look after our greens. So check today's play, see where the frost delay is called. And with the frost delay and the bad weather coming into for our group leaders, the group leaders will cancel. They'll call in to, if we have a shotgun set up, they'll call and cancel and say, my group's canceled. And then all of a sudden we have people showing up and like, well, your group canceled. Well, I didn't cancel. I said, your group leader canceled. So that throws us in the influx, because what we do is we always want to maximize a T-sheet. And not everybody understands this, is if it might be cold in the morning or chances of rain in the morning, but it gets better in the afternoon. If I can take a full shotgun and do a small modified, reverse modified, and open the T-sheet to regular tee times and take walk-ons, we're going to do that to maximize our T-sheet to get people out there. So as a group, if you're playing in a group in a shotgun and your group leader cancels, we can still get you on the golf course. Just call the pro shop. So we know from whatever group it is, X, Y, and Z group, we're going to have 2 ASIMs show up. We'll get you on this hole and this hole. We good and we're ready for you when you come in, rather than everybody's, well, I'm coming, I'm not coming. They've got to repair and work it out. So it's just every year I talk about this. It just seems to continue. But just as a group leader, you can cancel. That's fine. Tell your guys to reach out to the pro shop. We can make it happen. Because if we have a full shotgun takes up a lot. I'd rather have everybody and do a reverse. Modified, get them out there so we can open up the T-sheet on that side. That is all I have for that. Yes, sir.
Daryl, question on the rounds, 6,800 down from non-members, right, for the year. Is that right? 6,820?
Correct.
What's the average price that non-members would pay for golf? I mean, is it like $60?
70 on weekends, and that's where we have our biggest one. It's $70 on weekends, 60 during the week.
So just doing kind of math in my head, that's about $500,000, right? Hit. And is that mostly attributed to the fact that we had to close Highlands for a lot of the year? Is that a big reason?
Big chunk. Yes, Dave.
That's
Thanks
a big
for bringing that. That's a big chunk. So, sorry? Rain in the spring. And rain in the spring.
Yeah.
And then when we opened Highlands, we went to twilight rate to start out. But to your point, thanks for bringing it up, is our membership gets the first 10 days out booking. So you have your groups, you have your members that book. So your chunk with Highlands being closed, that revenue, that we've all got to have revenues for guests. We've got to have them. I mean, if we were to go fully private, we would have to increase all our guest fees, all our members' fees to compensate for the $2.1 million that we get in from our guest fees every year. So when you close a course down, what happens is our members take up all those tee times. So my guests go down, my guest rates go down. So that's good observation, and that's where it really does hurt, so on that aspect.
Well, absolutely. And so we as members have to keep this in mind, you know, like when we're talking about asking the POA for money for golf, and a lot of people that are non-golfers, they go, well, golf takes up, you know, everything. but we give back too. And we contribute to the budget in a great way. But when you have a year like we've had, because we had to, we didn't have to, but we chose to close down a course, it does create not just the cost of the Zoysia itself and the whatever we did, but there's a cost associated too with rounds lost. And we have to keep that in mind. And so as golfers, I would encourage all of us to be patient, that our project moving forward may take a little longer than we had first thought it would. But what I'm seeing, and Graham, I didn't say anything while you were doing your report, but I've been here for 8 years now, and the courses in the last 2 years have been in the best condition they have been in, and I think most golfers here would agree. Are they perfect? No, but boy, they're so much better. And I also attribute keeping carts off the path in the wintertime has helped a lot. I know we can't do it for every course. I've already gone down that road and gotten slapped on the wrist. But I get it, and I know how much it's improved. I mean, Scottsdale this year played like a country club pretty much all year. That course was in phenomenal shape from the very start of the spring until right now. It's still in great shape. Country club, same way. I thought it was in fabulous shape all season long. And so that's a tribute to you, Graham, and all your superintendents for giving us the value that we have for as little as we pay for golf. I mean, as a realtor, I deal with people who are coming here from all over the country. And when they find out that we can get, 5 courses that are 18-hole courses for how much? Because they're paying twice that for one course, or 3 times that, or 5 times that. And so they're always amazed at the quality of golf that we have here. We have something special here, and that's why we also have so many guest rounds, because those people that are living in Rogers and Bentonville and everywhere else, this is where they want to come. And we see it on the weekends. I mean, and after 2 o'clock, right? We got a lot of people playing after 2. So again, thanks to all you guys, and I have to remember that myself sometime, to be patient, that things take time, and we're all working together to make it work. That's what's great about a property owners association. We're an association. We're a big family. We got to, band together as a family.
Go ahead, Clay.
Okay, 2 items that, first one is Tanyard Creek and their pickup capability of balls. I've heard that we're running out of balls because the automatic pickers can't keep up.
Not true. We actually had one picker down. So we had to pick it down. We've had some GPS issues with that one, but it keeps up when they're both working. It works. We do have a backup picker there for when we do need it. When one goes down, we got to have it. I can't have my guys walking around with buckets on their head picking up golf balls.
Yep,
like
okay.
like
That
the
was
others.
the report,
Yeah.
that there was some manual pickups just to try to keep up. Okay,
No,
thank you.
that's because we have pickers down.
Okay.
And also got to remember too, this is a good point. So as we learn these new machines, Reed's done a great job, Graham, myself, we're looking at it. It works on a weather forecast. So in area 72715, if it is located that rain's coming, it's going to send it home because it doesn't know how much rain's coming. It's not sitting there watching the clouds going, oh, it's going to miss us. So it sends it home. So as we learn these robots, we didn't know about that until a couple months ago. Like, hey, just reactivate it, go back to work until the rain hits, and then you can send it home. So there's a lot of little stuff that we've been working with, and the guys have done a great job with it. So, but the biggest fallback we've had in the last 2 months was that one picker that had gone back to Echo, and they've had to redo some designs on it, fix some stuff on it, and some reels on it, and get it back to where it is.
Are you negotiating with the automated picker union?
That's the cool. Yeah, I like it. Still hasn't talked back to me, which is good.
Okay, second question is about fivesomes. So in the summer, it was not allowed to have fivesomes before 11 o'clock p.m., but it seems that has changed. Can you give us an update on that rule?
So when the time change happens, we move an hour early. So just like twilight, when it's an hour, when we go to time change, we move. Twilight starts now at 1 o'clock. On a five-sim, on the normal time, it was at 11, now it moves back to 10 o'clock. So you can have a five-sim out there. And just to let everyone know, when we have a shotgun, we do allow five-sims within the shotgun. They're not going anywhere, there they are, they can go play. We have a lot of groups that people bail last minute, we allow them to play a five-sim as long as they keep up with the group in front of them. Once again, you see something, say something, call the pro shop and we can keep them up. Does that answer the question?
Yes, it does, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else for Daryl? Yes.
Okay. I finished the tournament yesterday, was driving home, Scottsdale. This is my concern. There were like 4 or 5 cars parked there by the bathrooms on that little strip right there. We've got those greens covered. That's huge. And these people are, it's like a park to walk, and there were children laying at the base of the green on the hill, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I should have called somebody.
Please
I
call.
was in a hurry to get somewhere else, but are there any signs or any
Yeah.
ropes or something we can put
There's
up to
signs
keep-
there that walk past, we can't rope off all the
Right.
greens. So when the golf course is closed, we allow walkers to stay on the cart paths. And as it's a good reminder to the community out there, when we get snow on there, we have some golf courses that are, I bet, snow, whatever you call it, going down on the stuff. Please stay off the greens. That's the biggest thing. We will put it out in the golf update. Respect the greens, don't do snow angels on them, stay on the cart paths, we're good to go. And that's what Graham's team will do. But we do allow them to go on the cart paths when courses are closed. Please, if you see it again, just give me a call. We have a couple Scottsdale people that live there that will be able to jump out and go catch it. We had another one. We had a scooter the other day that was driving down on Scottsdale, and this kid was going everywhere. The membership called me, and that's great. Called me is good to go, but I live at Highlands, so I knew I was going to get there by the time this kid on a motorized scooter is going to get around. I'm never going to catch him, especially because my company car doesn't go but 20 miles an hour. So the kid would have passed me. No, I'm kidding. But I called the cops, and the police officer was actually up at the four-way. He came down, just missed the kids, tried to catch him. But if you see something, say something, call them, or if you see something that is not right, you can call the cops. It is private property, and they're aware, and they do a great job helping the POA mandate a lot of stuff like that.
Anything else for Daryl? Since Alex is not here, Daryl's gonna be Alex.
I don't have a radio voice like Alex. I've tried, it doesn't work. Alex is actually, he worked the tournament yesterday, the Veterans Tournament. It was a great success. It started off the day on Monday. I saw Greg out there blowing, mulching up leaves and everything. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, you got the tournament tomorrow. I'm gonna make it happen. So I woke up on Tuesday and I just went straight to his barn, walked in before they got going, and I said, guys, I thought you worked yesterday. The leaves are everywhere. What's going on? They looked at me without a flinch. Greg turned around and go, Muldoon, those were all your leaves from your house. Straight away, they blew this way. But they did a great job. The tournament was very well run. Alex did a great job. We have the lone soldier in that one, so it's a 3-man scramble with a lone soldier that it has to alternate. And one of the questions we said, how's the lone soldier? Oh, we had to have him on rations. All we left of the lone soldier out there. It was tough. It's a great tournament. It throws it up a bit, so it was a huge success. One of the things is Alex was doing the scoreboard, and we got all done. The wind started to blow, and it was blowing all day, but it got cooler as the sun was setting. I was getting a little cold, and I said, Alex, are you all right? He goes, we're done for the year. I said, that's our last tournament for the year. Now it is what it is. And then one thing I want to point out there, we did not do shot in the dark this year. That is one of our most sought after 9-hole night tournaments that we do. Couldn't do it on Highlands because of the carts on path. We will do it next year. We're looking at, hopefully, if everything grows in good, in spring when we get carts on path, we will host that event. We'll start it out. It'll be good to go. So you just want to make you aware of that. And very successful year on donations, as you saw today, 18,000. We haven't got the numbers for the veterans, but it's good. And that goes to our veterans home in Fayetteville. So all the money we're raising stays local, and that's huge. And thank you for the membership for supporting.
Anything else for Alex or, okay? Tom?
Tomorrow evening at 6 p.m., we have the community budget presentation. Dave, I already have a spot reserved for you, the little sign, the whole
Thank you.
thing, so we'll
Thank
be
you.
here. It's a very brief 110-page presentation, so you won't be here too long. Bring your sleeping bag. I just want to let the golf committee know in advance, one of the biggest changes that we had to make, we originally were going to do the fairways, convert them to the Meyer-Zorza next year. Unfortunately, because of budget constraints, because when you do the fairways, you have the double dip. You have to pay for the sod and all the sand and fertilizer, but you also have to close the golf course. And between those two, it was about a $750,000 hit. And we just couldn't make it work with our budget. So we hope to do it in '27, but that's a decision we can make at a later time. Some of the projects that we are planning on doing, now, this is the draft budget that is being presented tomorrow. The board will vote on the budget on the 20th. So what I'm talking about is all tentative. There's no guarantees until the board votes, okay? But currently, the budget includes the driving range enhancement at Scottsdale, installation of greenside fans at Kingsdale, that was 5 greens, and the running of the wire, the electrical wires, that's a large portion of the expense. Drainage culvert at Kingsdale, a greens nursery up at Highlands, purchasing of the asphalt grinder for our cart paths, and then cart path repair at the Country Club and Scottsdale. So while we couldn't do the big project, we are going to do a good number of smaller projects that will be impactful for our golfers. The other thing that is factored in, while we are proposing the fee increases that we talked about with the assessment increase that didn't go through, we told everybody about those green fee increases about 6 months ago. One of the things that we've decided or we're recommending to not do is the $1 charge for range buckets. Upon further review, we were really concerned that that would negatively impact the number of buckets that we sold, or actually didn't sell because we're giving them out for free with activity cards, but gave out. And Daryl's argument is that that really helps grow the game of golf. I mean, you can only hit so many balls on the range before you have to get out there and play some golf. So we decided to step back from that. We also felt it would be viewed as a nuisance fee, the $1, and it would potentially cause lines as people were queuing up to pay their $1 with a credit card. So we decided not to do that. We will have an increase in the activity card from $30 to $40. So those are some of the changes. We're real excited about this coming year, and the projects that we'll be able to do, our maintenance team will be able to do. And once again, hopefully you can make it tomorrow. It is going to be live streamed, so if you can't make it live, like Dave's going to be here live tomorrow, but everybody else can stay home on their couch and watch it live stream. And then next week, the board will hopefully vote on that, and we'll be ready for 2026.
I don't want to break your heart, but I have laundry to do tomorrow, so I'm going to miss that budget report.
Laundry's more entertaining than the budget?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Watching clothes go around in a dryer is much more exciting than that.
Any questions for Tom? No questions for Tom. Okay, thanks, Tom. Board, Jackie? Dave?
Yeah, I have something. I would ask that the committee members think about the issue, the possibility of opening our par threes to cart traffic, some of them anyway. I know there's a lot of other courses around that are doing this, and I don't know what all the pros and cons are, but I would like the committee to think about it, and next meeting, talk about it if they think it's a good idea or a bad idea.
R3's open to cart traffic, not just handicap, you're talking in general. Okay.
Obviously, there are some par threes that are not suited for, you know, you're gonna have to put up an electric fence to keep people away from them.
And that probably will involve you as far as damage, et cetera, so, okay? Anything else? Okay, do we have any emails? Would you like to visit with us?
No, I'm just here to listen.
We appreciate you being here. So, okay, old business. Do we have anything we haven't wrapped up for the year? What? Wrap up roof, yes. All right, new business. I'm going to offer the suggestion that we follow kind of past. We've taken off sometimes just December, and then sometimes we've taken off January. I'm going to suggest that we take off December and January both, unless an issue comes up that we need to discuss, and then we will meet. So we'll call a meeting and we will meet. But if we don't have an issue that we need to discuss, I would like to recommend that we suspend both December and January. It means the guys will still write their reports, so they'll still be on the webpage, so they'll be available. But if anything, an issue comes up, we will plan to meet. But without the issue, I would like to say, let's wait until February. And last year we said that. In February, we had an ice storm. So we didn't meet in February either, but that's okay. We look for better weather this year, so. Do I have a recommendation for that? Do I have a
I'll second that.
motion?
I'll second that.
Okay. Any discussion on it? I'm not gonna break anybody's heart or anything. Okay, I appreciate that. All those in favor? So we will vote on that. All right, that's unanimous. So therefore, after the budget meeting tomorrow that you can either watch from home or come to the meeting itself, our next one will be February, and I'm not sure what the date will be. It'll be the second Wednesday in February, unless something comes up, and we will notice you ahead of time. And that's an issue that after budget, something may come up. We don't know. So that would be the only issue. But other than that, anything else for the good of the cause? We stand adjourned.